What is up YouTube? It is Clashing with Matty, and today we are doing another trophy push video. So I've got a couple of replays to be able to show you, and you can see I'm sat at 3718, which is, I'm moving up nicely. I've been hovering here for a little while now. You can see my record is 3728, but I haven't been, I suppose, wholeheartedly pushing really. I've just been, as I said, hovering and just taking it easy. There have been some pretty good raids. I've had some losses. I've been practicing on a few new base designs. So yeah, basically I'll practice a raid, lose, and then push back up, and then do the same. Or yeah, try and go for loot and that sort of thing. So not sort of fully committed to the push yet. So I know I can go a lot higher. Having a look at my attack log, you can see there that 34% loss was a bit of a rush, which was a big mistake. I wish I could show you. In fact, see if he has the base up. Yeah, I just tried to rush that base from the bottom. Just a bad idea. Bad idea all round really. My just loons got absolutely wiped out, and it didn't work. So yeah, wouldn't really advise that one. But the rest of my attack log, I've been getting some good snipes. So there's some Town Hall 9s I've been taking down. That's 74% 2-star. I found some good snipes in an 8 cup and a 7 cup back to back. The first raid I'm going to show is versus Besom. I got 60% on this raid. So let's have a little look at the base. And I suppose looking at it, there's a lot of buildings on the outside. Two of the expos are quite central. The third one's sort of annoyingly in the way, so I just had to be kind of careful in my loon deployment. But I was just trying to take down, and if you look at the whole right hand side of the base, once those arch towers are gone, I get a load of percentage which I'm able to take down, which was nice. There's a lot of dark elixir available on this base as well, which always makes the decision that little bit easier. I was trying to take down the bottom arch tower there and failed a little bit. Now I knew I wouldn't get to that the expo. It's too deep into and would cost too many loons to get it down, so I knew that I'd have to sort of tank these buildings down the bottom side. So you'll see once I've taken I was trying to get into the air defense there, so dropping those loons on the side to the arch tower to get into the air defense. I then dropped the loons down the bottom side, dropped the minions straight behind it, just so that the loons were tanking for that time. The minions had enough time to basically take down a lot of the buildings, and they just about managed to do it, which was good. And at this stage, I suppose it's four loons left. Just need them to tank a little bit and drop the minions behind. If I can get up to like 44-45%, it's going to make my life a hell of a lot easier for just dropping heroes down to get loot. I'd hit 46% here, look, and I thought, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to try and go down the bottom side. I fancied the dark elixir, to be honest, so I wanted to see if I could just jump my heroes in. I knew that I wasn't going to get another raid in after, so I think I just went for it and just dropped a jump. Just looking at the rest of the raid, I think when you've got 49%, there's nothing in the CC, you're pretty safe to just go for it. Jump down, king and queen in, and it's just going to be ability timing here, which is going to need to be on point, which it was. And the wizard tower's down. The queen will move into position once that storage is down, which it is. Here she goes, straight onto that expo of all things. Brilliant. So once the expo is gone, she will get to the dark elixir, and I'll be able to get a nice fat amount of that before I leave the raid and walk away with, what's that, 4.8 thousand plus bonus, taking up to 6,000 dark on that raid. So very nice. Next raid I'll show, I mean, I'm still getting snipes, and you do find them up here. It's not uncommon, but I'll show the plus 16 I got, which was awesome. So when this base comes up, I mean, it's a jackpot. Firstly, the Town Hall's out. Secondly, it's a 16 cupper. And thirdly, the 3-star was on because an air defense is down, so I did notice this. Now the first part of the raid, once I knew the Town Hall was secured, I wanted to check the CC, and I thought the best way to do that would be to dual purpose taking down the air defense and checking the CC. So I sort of dropped what I thought would be enough loons to be able to get into the air defense. Maybe if a CC had come out, it wouldn't have been, but I don't know, maybe, but it just about got the air defense down, so that job was done then. we had those couple of sort of flying loon skeleton things come out, so I threw a few more minions down to just reinforce the town hall, just in case I disconnected. I think I was in a weak signal area, so I didn't want to disconnect. And then the rest of the raid was just a spam loonion basically. Rage spells were a bit weak, I think in my drop. I wasn't like fully focused, I suppose. I thought, well, this raid's pretty easy, so I just sort of sat back a little bit. But yeah, and you could see the air defense down on the bottom right side. I saw it was accessible, so I just dropped my king and queen down just to take it down and take down some other buildings down there, just to ease the load for my loons and minions. And by the time the loons had moved through the base and got to the air defense, quite a few started dying now, but it was a bit sort of a too little too late sort of scenario. And yeah, brilliant jump spell by Matty there. But look at it, that's it, the 3 stars come in. Now I suppose when you're at 3,700 cups, the sort of average finds you get. I'll give you an example of what it's like searching up here. By doing a couple of searches now, just to give you guys an idea, because I don't know if anyone's tried being up here. But around 3,700 cups, I'm in the cloud, so I can chat if I want to, in between searches, which is a nice little bonus. That comes around at 3,600 cups. Just means if you're in a conversation on global, you can carry on, and it all drops down like that once it's found a raid. So the average sort of find up here is between 4 and 2 trophies. Sometimes you find raids which are worth 1, and then the odd one will find up. So I might be searching now for the next 30-40 minutes, trying to find a raid and not find anything, or the only sort of high cupper that comes available might be just not worth it, or difficult to take down. So you get quite a few tough decisions, I suppose, when you're trophy pushing. So like a 30 cupper might come along, but it's a really difficult base, and then you make a decision, do I just go for it, can I do it? And you constantly sort of faced with those questions. Some of them will bite you in the ass, and you won't have to, and then you'll learn for next time, and some of them you'll succeed on, and then you'll suddenly know how to raid a new type of base. So it's a learning curve constantly, and you will fail. It's inevitable, I suppose. Every time I fail these days, I just let myself get raided and shielded. Now, what a little trick I've learnt. Now, I don't know if it works, if it's superstition or whichever, but I found that changing languages sometimes when you're searching then, so you can see all the finds were like 4, 2 and 1, but sometimes when you go into a new language and start a search, you find maybe within the first 2 or 3 bases you might find a bigger cupper. So I wouldn't be surprised if I found a 10 or a 15 cup in one of the first 2 raids now. 7, not too good. See the second and third one, see if there's anything better there. I know quite a few people that do this. Now, I can't confirm nor deny it works. What I will say is when you're hitting that search and next button for 30-40 minutes at a time, that you'll try anything to get some high cupping raids. Let's try it again. My third favourite language, believe it or not, is Russian. I like to try and see if I can find any in here. I believe that's Russian anyway. Let's see. Now, as I said, I'm not here to say you need to do this to try and find high cup raids, but I've just noticed sometimes it works for me, so I'll continue to do it now and then. And yeah, I'd advise if you're in sort of a 20-30 minute search session, just try even going back into the same language, just closing and opening the app and see if you can get something. But I suppose, as always, when I'm trying to show you something, or show an example of it, it's just not playing ball, and that is the case for most times. But everyone tries different things to try and get good cups, and yeah, back down to the 2s and 1s. Look, so that's the reality of searching up here. Oh, 17 cupper, but that base for me, see what I mean by tempting now. That'd be a nice 5 cup offer. You got 1 expo down, but the deep set arch towers would be a pain to get to, so I'd have to tank the whole base basically, and it wouldn't be quite worth it for me, so I wouldn't take that down. So I just wanted to give you guys a bit of an idea of what it was like to search up at this trophy. So you've got, I mean, the difficulty is just keeping the momentum and just not failing and keeping patience, because it's so tempting when those 17 cuppers, 20, 30 cuppers come along and they're difficult bases, just go, oh, go on then, I'll try it. and then fail and lose trophies, then you're trying to chase your tail, and so it can just be a bit of a downward spiral. What I'll do, try a couple more searches back in English. If we can't find a raid, we can't. It's not. It can take a long time. So to try and do it live with you while I'm commentating is would going to be a tall ask anyway. Maybe down at sort of low champs, it's a bit easier because there's a lot more selection on bases and a lot more better cup offers to make it worthwhile, as well as some town or nines and that sort of thing thrown in there. But yeah, let's go and have a little look, see if we can find anything now. I'll give it 5 searches. There goes 1, there goes 2. Never know, I might find a snipe or something like that. Number 3. It'd be great if I found it, but I doubt it. Ooh, 20 cups. This base. No, sorry. I'm not here to fail in front of everyone, and I'll give it 1 for good measure. And there we go. Yeah. Okay. So I hope that gave you a bit of an experience of what it's like to search up there. Keep your cool. Keep your patience. If you decide to attack, don't do it half-heartedly. Commit. Come up with a plan quickly and commit to it. Shame I can't show you some complex raids in this video, but I'll just keep the series going and try and keep moving on up and show you the raids that I find. So I hope you enjoyed this episode, and see you on the next one. Peace.